to my YouTube. It's your girl Honey. Today we're doing a very fun loving video. We're talking about money. Money, cha-ching, okay, money, okay, the green stuff. And I thought I'd make a video just talking about what particular energies and signs and positions will indicate wealth in a birth chart. Okay, not just the birth chart, but even solar returns, honey, transits will also contribute to financial abundance. Okay, so the money houses on your birth chart is the second house and the 8th house. Second house is the original house of Taurus, and Taurus rules Venus. So you have to look for where Venus is on your birth chart. You got to look to see what house it's in, how you can be making money through that house. What's aspecting Venus to see if Venus is under a little bit of stress. Okay, we've also got to see what's in your 8th house. Okay, and what is also aspecting your Pluto. Where's your Pluto position? Because Pluto is also going to be how we are transforming ourselves. Pluto aspecting Venus always shows transformation through finances. So there's so much to look at on someone's chart to kind of indicate whether they're going to be very financially comfortable. The first position that I look at, second house, man, second house. So I read lots of people that are from the Capricorn generation, where we've got Neptune, Uranus and Saturn all in Capricorn. And people that do have Capricorn in their second house and they have a lot of energy, or let's say a lot of planets in there, Venus, Sun, Uranus, Moon, Mercury, everything's in that house. That's going to show me that this person, they're going to be all right. And they may not feel it right now, but Capricorn always gets better with time, because people learn to work with Capricorn. Capricorn is all about working hard. So after 30, that's when they'll probably start to reap a lot more of the benefits financially. These people will always work for their money. Okay, Capricorn second house, particularly second house stelliums, because you're focused. So second house will show, yes, this person requires a lot of stability, a lot of finance, a lot of money coming their way. If Pluto is in the second house, and this is usually mainly for my generation, it's usually the Libra risings with Pluto in Scorpio in the second house, or it could be, you know, Pluto in Scorpio, Pluto in Sag, whatever generation you're from. Pluto in the second house will show that you are very money driven. Okay, it's all about making money here, because the motivation is because Pluto brings traumas. Okay, so it shows in the second house you're coming from a place of trauma, your background. This is also the house of family's legacy. So you're showing that, okay, look, I grew up, I didn't have a lot of money or a lot of clothes, I didn't have this, but now it shows either families transformed their finances and now they've got a lot more money, or you are the person transforming who you are, especially if Pluto is trining or sextile the Sun or even Venus. Heavy transformations of thyself in relation to its security and its finances. Okay, now the 8th house, which is the house of other people's money, this is house of banks, loans and taxes. And this is also a very good house for someone who may have Venus, who may have Sun, who may have Moon in here as well, because it shows me, and also Jupiter and Pluto being in this house will show that you're likely to inherit from a particular area in your life. So if it's Sun, it can be inheriting from dad or a masculine energy, domineering parent even. Okay, if it's Moon, it can be inheriting from mother, it can be inheriting land. Sun is businesses, inheriting businesses. I've seen that. Sun is the moon. The moon is the mother inheriting from the mom. It can be land or property. Jupiter tends to show, and depending on what sign Jupiter is in, people, depending on the sign, Jupiter can show inheriting a lot of money from someone somewhere. Okay, inheriting money from someone somewhere, typically a partner, like someone who you've actually married. Venus can show you always, Venus and Mercury, fuck me, Venus and Mercury can show a lot of communication with this person, sharing resources. And it's like, when you think of the 7th house, right? This is the house of our relationships, our marriages. The 8th house is after relationships and marriages. Even divorces can come through this house, okay? And you can see that even after a divorce, if someone has the energy in the 8th house, they have to keep communicating with these people. I've done a reading for a girl one time, and she had her Venus, and I think her Mercury was in here as well. And she was saying that if she needs anything for the house, she just got to call her baby zaddy. And he comes over and he fixes things, he buys her things. That's a way in which her Venus is benefiting and gaining through a previous relationship. He will contribute to her because they've got a child, they've got an agreement going on. Also, Jupiter in the 2nd house, Jupiter is all about expanding things. So when I see Jupiter in the 2nd house, I'm seeing like, oh my God, this person really is gaining heavy from their family, right? This person is really financially comfortable. Damn, like, you know, they're getting houses, they're getting money, they're getting gifts and shit. They can even be raised in a very spoilt environment. Very similar to when Jupiter is in the 4th house. Very, very similar. Again, depending on the sign it's in, okay? And also what aspects. So people born in the 96th generation where Jupiter was in Capricorn and also Saturn was in Aries, squaring your Jupiter, may not relate at all to Jupiter in most of the houses. So 2nd house Jupiter people, you're going to attract, and Sun as well, you're going to attract a lot of money and Venus through this house. And you would have come from a background where, okay, perhaps I may have had a bit more than the average person. And when we think about our moon, right, our moon, honey, it's about our comforts, what makes us feel a sense of fulfillment. Capricorn moon is a really good position for wealth. Taurus moon is a good position for wealth as well. Any of the earth moons is really good because earth is all about being stable and secure. Okay, earth moons is very good. When it comes to our Venuses as well, because Venus is a very important position for wealth. When I see moon conjunct Venus and I see these two together, I see someone who comes from a background where mum may have been very financially supportive, and it's hard for them to move on it's hard for them to regain their power and their own sense of independence. But also, if we've got Pluto in aspect, okay, to Venus or even the moon, yeah, any aspect, okay, Pluto is saying, look, you're gonna be okay. If you leave mum, you're gonna be fine financially. Moon is about being secure. So security can fall into the category of money, because money makes us feel secure. The more that we have, the more opportunities we have to do whatever it is that we want to do. So when Pluto is aspecting the moon, typically when it's in a trine or a sextile, it shows that, look, man, we need to transform what makes us feel secure. Even conjunction, okay? When you have the square, it will show transforming through a crisis, a very difficult period in our lives. And the transformation may take a while to get to the positive side, to Pluto actually being an aspect to the moon. Venus sextile trine Pluto will show that, okay, look, you know, once you learn to manage your money, you know, you're going to start to see the benefits of Pluto coming through and offering you opportunities, offering you ways in which to spend your money in places where you can offering you opportunities in places where you can invest your money. Okay, Pluto is about transformation of Venus, and Venus is about our stability and our financial security. When you have Jupiter sextile Pluto, that is also sextile trine Pluto. That's another position that you're going to have when it comes to financial security. Okay, now this is mad, right? I have a grand trine, yeah, Pluto, Venus and Jupiter. I've got a difficult Chiron though. I'm part of the Chiron and Jupiter generation when it was in Cancer and it was conjunct. and Chiron's in my second house, and it's Jupiter is on my second house cusp, expressing itself through the first. So I'm sitting there thinking, listen man, I should be a fucking millionaire. You know, I should be out there with the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and the royal family, and I should be doing all that shit. What the fuck's going on? Pluto. That's what's going on. Transitions. Transits is what's going on. When you have these aspects on your chart, right? And you feel like, raw, what's happening with my life? Like, why am I not there yet? Transits will make that shit happen. And solar returns, progressions will make that shit happen. Hear this. I had a solar return 1 year, and I had my Mercury and my Sun positioned in my second house, which is finances. Whew. Listen, that year was a really good year. I did really well that year. Really, really well. I've got to mention also, when Jupiter is in positive aspect to your Venus, that will also contribute to you being financially comfortable at some point in your life, but also marrying someone who's also financially comfortable. When you have the opposition or the square to Jupiter and Venus, you may meet someone who needs to work on managing their finances a lot more, and you need to also work on that yourself. Okay. I got a question from a client actually a couple days ago, and she mentioned to me that, oh honey, you know, me and my friend in our Synastry and composite chart, we both have a 12th house stellium, and it's in Taurus. No wait, it was composite, and I think progress composite chart, that's what it was. And I looked and I was like, oh my god, I was like, oh, that is fantastic. I said, you guys must really always want to go out or stay in together and share this weird, strange interest, and everyone else will look at you guys and thinking, oh, you guys are weird, man. I don't get you guys, but you guys are weird. And you guys might be sitting there like doing your meditation or buying your crystals or something spiritual. Even when it comes to music, you guys share a brilliant interest, but now your progress composite has moved into Taurus, but still a 12th house stellium. I goes, oh my god, all of these years you guys have been sharing the same interests. You guys need to now start making money together. Okay? Taurus is about what makes us feel stable and secure and financial wealth. So with all of these interests you guys have, the interest in music, you guys need to now work on turning it into a business. Uranus has gone into Taurus now. We need to find different ways to make money to be secure. Does that make sense? Even in Synastry, yeah? When someone's energy falls into your second house, what's in my second house? Cancer. If I date any Cancers, Cancer Mars. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. I was friends with this guy who has his Mars in Cancer. And he was a Scorpio sun. So his sun was in my 6th house. And his Mars was in my 2nd house. This guy was a criminal, okay? We were good friends, you know, we can talk about anything. But he'd always try to encourage me to make more money. He would say things like, look, I know you're making money, but do you want to make some money? I was like, doing what? Because my Mars is in Aquarius, I'm in Aries. I'm like, what? And, you know, he'll propose an idea and I'm like, nah, fucking I'm not on it. Listen. Depending on how crooked the person is that you're dealing with, yeah, if they're Mars, even Venus, but more so Mars, because they're going to motivate you to make money. Their Mars in your 2nd house they will push you to make some money. And you know, with Mars being in Scorpio, Mars being in Aries, Mars being in Cancer, they will push you to make money legally, okay? But it's still making money. When it comes to when someone's Venus falls into your 2nd house, they are giving you money. Here, take that, hold that for me. Yeah, just take this. You know, they want you to feel, they seek pleasure in just giving you some money, okay? And also, you know, when you've got Venus to Jupiter aspects, or let's say Venus and Jupiter to Pluto aspects, okay? there is, and this is in Synastry, there is something about your relationship that makes it hard. There's going to be money power struggles. When you have Venus, when you got Venus and Jupiter to Pluto aspects, there will be some sort of power struggles. And when someone's Venus is in your 8th house as well, you're likely to go through financial power struggles as well. And even when we think about like the 10th house, right? 10th house, 6th house, these aren't necessarily money houses, they're working houses. But you do see, like, when I see Sun in that 10th house, I see someone who is being applauded or appreciated for their hard works in what they do for a living. And people will always think about, well, let's promote this person. You know, they might get promoted. I've read people who are on 100 who gets paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a year having a 10th house Sun. 10th house Sun people do very well in their career choice, depending on what's in there and what's aspect in their Sun, of course. 10th house stelliums do very well for working for other people, really, really well. 6th house is more so staying in a coffee shop kind of job and feeling very secure in this job. I got my pension, that's all that matters. I'm pretty happy here. 10th house is when you go off into my career now. So more money is coming through. I'm being recognized for what I'm doing, and that can lead to you being more stable and secure. That is basically my video about financial gains, and also just how you can make money and how you can make money as well. I always recommend you follow your Venus, because that Venus will tell you how you can gain through that house. And also your Jupiter should offer you the additional support, but the house that Venus is in will be a strong indicator to how you can plan a business around it, literally. Okay, so people, I look forward to your comments and any feedback, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.